So if you've ever lost the plug out of the Suzuki and you're like, I don't really need it to go boating, as we've shown here, you absolutely have to have that plug in, because what that plug does is it closes the cooling system of the Suzuki internal cooling system. With that plug out, it becomes an open system. The volume of water that's coming out of the engine is supposed to be in the cooling passages cooling the engine. So if you operate that engine without the flush plug in and you run the boat, there's a very, very good chance that the engine's going to overheat and you can cause some internal damage to the engine. So I don't know if you've ever tried to back twist a hose to get it to seat into something, but the Suzuki's attachment point is a threaded female in the metal of the cowling itself. So in order to attach the hose, you have to twist the entire hose into the engine itself. So in order to do that, you have to back twist the hose as much as you can in order for it to seat properly without leaking. If you've understood the challenges of even connecting that water hose to it and back twisting the hose to get it to seat right, I'm sure you've had the challenge of it cross-threading too. And once that cross threads and you booger up those threads, you're going to have a challenge of it continually leaking because those threads are boogered up. The people that are using the brass adapters, they may be convenient, but the problem is they still have to unscrew them out of the engine, go find the flush plug and reinstall it in the engine. With the Flush Port Quick Connects by Flushmaster, never have to do that ever again. It's a convenient quick connect that permanently lives in the engine. So for this example, there's not really a splash well and you're hanging over the back of the boat, and if you lose one of those or drop one of those flush plugs overboard, it can be a real challenge. If you've got a current or a wind, and in this scenario, the dock's okay, but a lot of places when it's low tide and a current, those plugs can be gone and you're not boating until you get another plug to seal that plug. So using the Flush Port Quick Connect by Flushmaster, simply take the cap off, insert the female onto the Quick Connect, and you're ready to flush. When you're done, simply remove the female from the male, reinstall and twist to lock the cap on the boat, and you're ready to go. As I've illustrated, it's very easy to use our Flush Port Quick Connects with one hand. Now, if I was to try to do this with a hose, I'm going to have to use both hands to back twist this hose enough to try to get it to seat and hopefully have enough recoil in the hose to use both hands. With the Flush Port Quick Connect, it's a simple one-hand operation. Here's how Suzuki made it easy for guys on a trailer. They made a flush attachment in the aft side of the engine. So on the rear side of the engine, they have that same flush plug that you see on the front side of the engine. So if you're on a trailer, they make it easy to attach the water source to the back of the engine rather than having to attach the water source to the front of the engine. So whether you're on a trailer or a lift, the Flush Port Quick Connects truly eliminates that potential for cross-threading a brass thread into the female of the motor. So as we wrap up this boat, you'll see that with the Flush Port Quick Connects, you no longer have to worry about where the flush plug is. You don't have to worry about the engines overheating because the water is now a closed system with our caps now closed. It truly makes the end of the day routine for this customer, which used to take 30 minutes, truly takes less than 30 seconds. Connect, on, start, flush your engines, not your time. Flushmaster.